Hey everyone, back again, another video here, and again I am going and talking with this Ecoflow here because I have plans. Newest update is next Tuesday. The money will be set, but then Wednesday I'll get the check for deposit, and then whenever that clears, this has been one insane ride. Like, oh, the money came from a CD, so it was going to get transferred to this bank over here, but this bank, then it was canceled, so this bank now has to validate it before it can send it back to where it came from, and then they have to verify that the money in the CD is real, and it's back and forth, and two banks are literally arguing with each other about who gets to validate it first, and it's driving everybody nuts. It really is. Who knew that selling a house was so damn difficult? It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I came across a video of creating basically one of these, but somewhat better, out of a sub panel and some other equipment, because okay, so the smart home panel 2 has to have incoming electricity for stuff to go out. There has to be something for it. It's like any solar system out there. If there's nothing going to the system, it won't put out electricity or something. And this kit is pretty expensive itself. I'm looking at doing a full, system here. Let's see. Here we go. So this is what I'm looking at here. Doing the Ecoflow, and then wire it, outlets, doing outlets around the whole building, doing an outdoor outlet here and one at the back, because this is going to be the front side of the house facing the only entrance into the property, but I'm going to have it so that the front door is actually on the side, because you'll be going in and you've got living room, kitchen, dining room, bedroom, office, and stuff like that. It's going to be split up, so I'm going to have a front outlet here for any time I need to have something plugged in outside for anything. Out back here, there's going to be a water system set up out here, as well as an outhouse shower building. It's going to be like right here. So I'm going to have the wiring. So for the fans, I've picked a few fans that are low wattage LED fans. It's the type of fan where it's got the ring light around it and the fan in the middle, and then a light in the middle type thing. They're great looking fans. I've looked at a few different kinds, but I've come across a couple. I'm going to basically run the wires up the wall to the center, like it's going to go up the wall and then over. And this isn't to scale or anything. It's just like a crude paint program drawing. But I'm going to have a fan on this side and a fan on this side, get air moving around. I'm going to have outlet outside, outlet outside, outlet. I'm going to have outlets around, but there's going to be a sub panel. And that sub panel is going to be the plugs on this, the plugs on the front of this. Hello. Where is everything? Come on, load, buddy. Load. Okay, let's see. Refresh. There we go. So the front of this, you have your regular 120 plugs, and then you have your 120 plug here, and then you have your 120 240. I'm going to be building a system that'll plug into this, and then it'll go to the whole house. It'll be just like plugging it into the home unit itself, the smart home panel. But it's like a distribution center, because everything that I have is extremely low wattage. This computer that I'm running off of, 2 monitors, the camera, the speakers, the microphone, the light up mouse, this whole entire system, including a nightlight, because I have a nightlight here so that I don't bump into the corner as I leave the room or come into the room, because I sleep in the pitch black, and that light only lights up that little corner of the desk, because I got to come around, and I've hit my hip on that corner of the desk too many times to want to do it again. So I put a light there. That light, this light above me, every last thing on here, and running a speed test and a processing test, like actually putting it through stress, this entire system only takes up 150 watts total. Sound, pictures on dual monitors, I'm running video here, I'm streaming. Everything's running at once. I'm just let's see what I've got. Where is it? Wattage. 137 watts. 137 watts at peak. That's easy. And it's only running off of point something amps. So barely any. The fans that I have picked out, they are 65 watts. That's it. On medium. And they have 7 settings. So medium is pretty basic. That's negligible. My TV's watt. I should really keep this out. The TV's wattage is, let's see. Wattage is 120 watts at 0.02. 0.2 amps. The fridge that I have picked out is 1 amp, 70 watts. I pulled out the fridge, the deep freezer, the one that we have in there, that is from I think that one's from I think it's like 2002. I think it's from 2002. It's 168 watts to run that. And that is the coldest freezer that we own. That is the coldest freezer we own. That freezer, we literally have to constantly turn it off and defrost it, because it builds up frost so bad, and the thing gets colder than any of the other 3 deep freezers that we have. All the other ones, when you set it on max, it's not as cold as that one. Granted, I have to redo the magnets on that freezer lip, to make sure that it seals properly again, I'm gonna tear that thing apart and clean it really, really good before I take it up there. But again, less than 200 watts. The router and the satellite dish is going to be right around 200 watts. So it's very limited power draw. And with the input of the solar, because so I ran through this. Hey, calm down. I ran through this and let's see, come on. Getting this unit with man, I should really keep those screenshots and stuff open. Where'd I put that? Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. Okay, so what I've worked out is extra battery, 6 panels, and this with 1 battery. Now, through this website, the prices are way different each time. It's really weird, but 86.77, you get solar panels, 2 batteries, and the inverter. That's more than enough power for me for what I'm kind of doing here. When I get this all set up and done, maybe I'll get a 3rd battery, just because I want to have as much power there as possible. And that's why I was looking at the other unit, because I'm going to be doing a garage / shed. Because I'm getting that the mini skid steer, and I have all my tools and all my cordless power tools and everything. And one thing I want to do is get I don't want the Delta Pro 3, because 1, it's too expensive for my blood, and 2, I can get one of these and solar panel, like a set of solar panels, for pretty cheap. I mean, it's pretty good. It really is. Where is that thing? This is what bugs me about the Ecoflow, because they have 2 websites, and one's Ecoflow, and then you got this one, US Ecoflow, and it bugs me that there's 2 of them. It really does, because both websites show different prices for everything, and one lets you build bundles, the other says bite me. So it's really crazy, because but here, look at this. I can get this for $2,000, but I can also get it for a couple $100 more with 440 watts of power and a pro bag. See, this would be something interesting for going camping. Even though if I'm going to live out there in the boonies, I'm pretty much going to be camping already, but having a cabin. But it's a good thing. This would be an interesting thing, because I could sling these on top of the garage, because I'm doing a portable garage, and it's not mounted permanent, and I can just pull them down when I need to. Or I can do this for even $100 more than the other one. It's 500 watts, so I'm getting more power, and these already stand up on their own. So I could do this whole setup, and this would be more than enough juice to charge all my batteries and everything in the garage and keep everything, maintained. That's perfect. So in total, I'm looking at like, I don't know, like $11,000-$12,000. Do I want to spend that much money? No, but am I going to have to? Yeah, because there's no way that I'm going to get power out to that property because, okay, so where the property is located, the closest power line or power pole to shoot off of to get electricity to my property, I already spoke with the power company out there, and it's like $260,000 for them to put all the poles in, run all the new lines, and put power at the property. And it's what I would have to pay. What I would have to pay to get electricity out to my property, because they don't just run the lines willy-nilly. They have to have customers on that line to pay the offset for them installing all that stuff. And if it's just me, I have to foot the bill myself. And that's really ridiculous. So it's either this or nothing, really. So that's why I'm looking at this and going, well, this is a lot cheaper because their price is $24.99, and the electrical company is move that comma over to here. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I really do love this freaking alien spaceship. I really do. I wish that they had a different setup for these plugs and stuff, because there's so many plugs where every plug is either cord going straight down or cord going straight out. But they have this here, and it's like if you do the cord straight out, all the cords that are big to go in here are so big that they put this big, huge curling arc, and it puts a lot of stress right here. So you have to have this up even higher so that the cord can actually, make that curve without being folded or bent, which then puts stress on the plugs themselves. So if they would have put this screen on the top and then take these plugs and put them on this bent face so that the plugs could be on that face and down, that would have been great. Then they could actually, swoop down, and it's an easier flow. But these things are always changing, always, advancing. Everybody, nitpicked about how big and heavy and bulky and whatever. They complained about everything, and it's like this is an amazing looking unit. It really is. It really is an amazing unit. And when you compare it to all these other, things out there, Jackery and like, what was that? Anchor, Blue Eddy. There was another one. Mobile solar thing, and then there's another one that I had saved. But basically, this is the only one out there that has, actual solar input. All these other ones are like, oh, it's solar input, but you can only have one 500 watt solar panel, or you can have like 10 100 watt solar panels, but you have to run them in a specific series in parallel, and you have to have all these splitters and connectors and doodads, and it's like that's ridiculous. It really is. It is so stupid. But this, with 2 or 3 batteries, the solar panels, because 6 solar panels, that's 2,400 watts. That's enough for my needs. And it's expandable. It's expandable because I can get the other unit. I can do this unit in the house, and then the other unit in the shed garage setting. That way both have power. I'm going to be doing solar powered security cameras and running solar on a lot of the outdoor lights, like the outdoor barn lights. With the solar panels, I'm going to set up like the solar lights like I have in the back here and in the front here and on all of our posts. So I'm going to have all that lit up. It's going to be a beautiful setting, but it's going to take a little bit of time. Like I said, I have to wait for this bank fiasco to go through, because they really tanked it on this one, and it's a bank. I can't really complain too much because it's a bank. But Ecoflow is going to be the power that I'm looking at. I'm going to be building, wiring up the whole thing. Hey, I installed solar for a bit. I know my way around these boxes. I know how to run the wires. I know how to run the cables. I know my way around solar. It's not that hard when you actually look at it and you take the time to go, okay, how does this work? Yeah, and it coming from a background of installing solar and then building a cabin that is completely 100% off grid. That's fantastic. It really is, because my bills are just going to be the phone bill, the cable bill, and food and water. That's it. And even then, water is going to be like 90% rain collection, because it rains enough up there per year for my footprint of this house. If I do it properly for rain collection yearly, I'm going to be looking at like 2,400 gallons a year. That's enough for anybody who's kind of picky about water usage, and I am. Like I'm the kind of guy who looks at the old MASH TV series showers and go, that's really cool how the water's only runs when you pull the cord. And it's like they did that on holes as well. You pull the cord and it rains down on you, and as soon as you let go of the cord, it stops the water. And that's one of the things that I'm looking at, because the battery powered, propane heated outdoor shower that I'm looking at, it has a sensor in the hose that shuts off the water and the heater when the nozzle's turned off. So if that's a regular hose, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plumb that in to a pipe and have that valve on there, and then a big rain shower hanging over the top, so that when you pull the cord, it turns on the unit, turns on the heater, and then you get the hot water. And as soon as you let go of that cord, because it's like I don't need a shower to be pounding me with 10 gallons per minute of water to shower. You get wet, you soap up, you rinse off. If you have to repeat, you repeat. You don't have to sit there and scrub with water just drenching you the entire time. You don't. It's not necessary. An average shower is like gallons and gallons and gallons of water. If you get drenched and you soap and scrub yourself, and then you rinse, and then you do it again, you get far cleaner than if you just let water run all over you, because the water's running over you as you're trying to soap and scrub yourself, but the soap is getting washed away as you're scrubbing, so you're using more soap than necessary. It boggles the mind. It's like I could shower in the military better than anybody else. It's like I did a ton of military stuff, and everybody out in the field, washing themselves with those little freaking rags, and it's, man, you guys are, you smell like foot fungus, and you're filthy. It's been 3 days. Wash your ass. But hey, going Ecoflow, because I was gonna do Blue Eddy, and then Blue Eddy's like, oh yeah, our new system is, a big old butt sniffer. Let's see. Yeah, the AC 500. This crap. God, I hate pop-ups, people. I really do. But yeah, I hate this setup. I really do. And the fact that the main complaint is people have broken these little flaps off and then the whole unit stops working. That tells me that there's something like deeply, deeply wrong with this device. And that's scary. It really is. And I'm not gonna be, that type of person that goes, oh yeah, I can do this and that's okay. But if this breaks off, then the whole unit shut down. But I'm gonna be happy about it because what? It makes no sense. See, what was the tech specs on this? I really hate when they don't put, adequate tech specs. Yeah. 2 units, 6,000 output, AC, solar input, 6,000. And it's like, okay, you have this and this. They're showing the 300, even though the 300 is no longer available, out of stock, but that's their input. Yeah, input. Solar input. 3,000 watts maximum input. But if you add on the thing, you can bump it up more. But again, you are topped out at 150 volts. Well, how do you get 3,000 watts when your amps have to stay low and your voltage has to stay low? Because you can't get 3,000 watts and 150 volts, and you can't get 3,000 watts and stay at under 15 amps. Either your amps are going to go up or your volts are going to go up. Either way, you're toast. I mean, yes, the VOC starts at 12 and then goes to 150. That means that when your solar panels sense 12 volts, it starts charging. It opens the circuit and power starts flooding in. But you completely tank it when it comes to your max. The 500 watt solar panels, they're 12 amps and 56 volts. So either you're going to be adding your amps together or you're going to be adding your volts together. Either way, you can use 2 500 watt solar panels for the volts, or one for the amps. It's insane. Blue Eddy, get your heads out of your butts, because you're screwing yourselves. Ecoflow, Delta Pro, Ultra. I mean, I gotta say, this is a mouthful. This is a mouthful. This really is. The shape of this, the design of this. What is that? Would you quit scooting, you big weirdo? What is that ride? Gravitron. The Gravitron. The spaceship spinning ride at the carnival. That's kind of what it looks like to me. I mean, it's futuristic, and they just took the name of their other one and then just added Ultra to it, and it's like, it doesn't look like the other ones. It doesn't. They could have called it the Ecoflow Alpha, because, hey, look, this kind of looks like Alpha's head from, Power Rangers. This could have been the Ecoflow Alpha Max, and gone that way. A little bit more spicy name to it, and because you got all the Delta, Echo, and this and that, go with Alpha, because this is the supreme machine. So it is what it is. But this is enough of my time and yours. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.